let's move on to another word that we learned in chapter 8. That is infallible. Do you remember that word?
Yeah.
What does that mean, infallible?
Okay. So the root fail or fail or
Yeah, like fail.
fall means not perfect.
Right. Well, fail. So fail means to make mistakes, right? Or to
Yeah.
do a bad job. Okay. So
Yeah.
if you put in front of that, that means not do a bad job, right? That's
Yeah.
negative,
No.
not do a bad job. And able means can. So
Yeah.
infallible means can't do a bad job, can't make a mistake, or perfect could mean perfect.
Perfect. Yeah. Infallible. Perfect.
Does that make sense? What that means?
Yeah.
It, can,
Yes. This means perfect.
it means
And
perfect.
there is no error. Yeah.
Okay. And so, can you read the sentence that's on the screen? What does it say?
Okay. So the doctor's advice seemed almost infallible.
What does that mean? What does that sentence mean?
So the doctor's suggestion is almost perfect.
Yeah, almost perfect. Okay. The doctors, the doctors, the doctors. There's a
Doctors.
three vowel sounds in that phrase. The doctors. Are any of those
Yeah.
sounds big or are they all small? The doctors.
Do- Doctor means big.
Which
Doctor.
big? Which one is big? Tell me which.
Yeah, it's a dog.
Da.
Is a first.
Okay, da.
Yeah.
So the other two are very
Here,
small. The doctors.
doctors.
The doctor.
Doctors.
hmm How about
Yeah, the doctor.
what about advice? Advice. Advice.
Advice.
Are those big vowel
Advice.
or little vowel sounds? Advice.
Advice. Advice.
Huh?
Advice. Yeah,
Advice.
it's a big.
Both of them? There are two vowel sounds, two syllables in there. Are they both big?
Advice. Yeah, both. Advice.
Uh, advice. No, no, I don't think that they're both big. I think one is small and one is big. Which one do you think could be big, and which one do you think could be small? Advice. Which one is big, and which one is small?
Yeah, the ad. Ad.
Is that big or small? Ad.
So sorry. So if it is in verb, and we can stress on second syllable. So it should be vice. I think.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Sorry. So if it is noun, it the stays on first syllable. Add. And
If,
if it is verb, it is on second syllable.
oh, so you're saying if it's a noun, then the
Yeah.
advice. No,
Stays on first.
no, that's not. That's
Yeah.
I don't know where you heard that, but the uh, that's not true. Advice. Advice is a noun, and it cannot be a verb. I'm just going to put two things up here. Okay, there are two different words. Okay, there's advice, which is a noun. Advice. This is a noun, and then
Yeah.
verb, which is spelled differently and sounds differently. Okay, I don't know if you can see what I've typed up on the screen yet.
Yes. 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 Yes.
So the first one, number one, is a noun. And
Yeah.
do you remember that earlier today we were talking about the snake and the bee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's the situation that we have here. So the accent is on the same syllable, but one word is a snake and one word is a bee. So how will you pronounce number one?
So uh, advice. advice,
Like
advice,
s. So
advice,
advice. And how would you pronounce number two?
ad- so number two is advise, advise,
Advise, like a B.
advise,
Advise.
advise,
What does that?
advise.
So, which one has a longer vowel sound? Number one or number two?
So yeah, it is two.
Why?
So, because it has G sound.
Yeah, it has the vibration. Zzz. That makes the vowel sound
Yes.
longer. So, number one
Yeah.
is advice, and number two is advise.
Okay, I got it. Okay, so advice and advise. It's
Advise.
like
Don't forget to sound like a B. Advise.
advise. It's advise.
Advise. But the accent is on the final syllable. It's never on the first syllable, ever. Advice. Advice. No, it's never that.
Okay, I got it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, I think in that word advice, one of the syllables is very short and one is very long. Can you tell me which one is short and which one is long in duration?
Advice, advice.
Hmm.
So advice, advice.
Yes, and the ed. Yeah, I'm just going to say the syllables. Okay, so you can hear it if I just say the syllables. It, I, I. Can't you hear that? That one is very small and one is very big.
Yeah,
It I.
I,
Mm-hmm. It I.
I,
Advice.
I, I is yeah
Mm-hmm.
longer.
Very big. Can you say that word?
Yeah, advice, advice.
The doctor's advice. The doctor's advice.
The doctor's advice.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Doctor's advice.
How do you pronounce the next word in that sentence?
It is seemed,
S-
seemed,
Okay,
seemed.
I'm going to say that word, and I want you to think about is it a very big sound or a little sound? The vowel sound. Seemed. Seemed.
Seemed. A big sound.
It's a big sound. Okay, so it's not seemed, but it must be seemed. Seemed.
Seemed.
Seemed.
Okay. See.
Can you say it again?
Okay. Seemed.
Seemed. Very big sound.
Seemed.
That was good. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Seemed. Seemed.
Seemed.
Okay.
Seemed.
So that's very big. The doctor's advice seemed. Can you say all of those words together?
Okay. So the doctor's advice seemed.
Okay, that's very good. That was really, really good. Say it again.
The doctor's advice
Seemed.
seemed
Okay. The doctor's advice seemed. Now we have almost. Almost.
almost,
This is a
almost.
Now, this is a funny word because sometimes you have the choice of saying almost, or almost, almost. You could do it either
Yeah.
way. Which one do you think
Yeah.
is?
Almost.
Mhm. Go ahead.
So almost would be right. Almost, not almost. It's almost.
Okay, say there's two syllables. Say it if you make the first syllable big. How will that sound? How would you say that?
So almost.
Yeah, almost, almost. What if you
Yeah,
wanted to
almost.
seconds, and that would be okay. Sometimes people will say it like that. What if you say almost?
Almost.
You could do it
Almost.
too. Which one do you think is better here? Which one, if you think about that rhythm of big, small, big, small, big, small, which one sounds better? Almost or
So
almost?
almost.
Yeah, because seemed is already really big. So it would be good to have a little rest and then make the next syllable big.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
seemed almost.
The seemed almost,
Yeah. See,
almost.
that sounds better than seemed almost. That's too much. So you have
Yeah.
to rest a little bit. Seemed almost.
Yeah. Seemed almost.
The doctor's advice seemed almost.
So doctor's advice seemed almost
Okay. And now we have our vocabulary word. What is that word?
is infallible means not perfect.
Mm. No,
Sorry, perfect.
no, it means perfect. It doesn't mean not perfect. It means perfect. It means no mistakes. Perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you
perfect.
understand? It means the opposite of what you're saying.
Okay,
What
I
does
got it. Yeah.
what does infallible mean?
So infallible means perfect.
Yes. Yeah. So it means never make a mistake. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, never.
Infallible.
Um,
Infallible.
i- infallible.
Okay.
Infallible.
Fallible. That's four syllables. Are they big syllables?
In
Syllables. Infallible.
so in fall 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 is big
Okay.
than other.
Big. Foul is big. What about the other ones? In. Is that big? In.
No, it's short.
Okay, so that's infal. Infal.
Yeah, infall.
Okay, and what about le? Le. Is that big? Infalle.
Infallible. Yeah, it also small.
It's small. Infalle. How about bull? Bull. Bull.
Infallible. Bull.
Bull. Is that
Bu-
big? Is that syllable big? Bull. Bull. Bull.
I think it should be a little big because there is B sound. So B sound is like the a strong
Oh,
sound.
well, you're right, but that's after the syllable. Okay. So
So sorry. So
if it were lub, then yes, but not bull. Bull, no.
okay. So last is a small.
Okay, it is small. It is small. So that's infallible. Infallible.
Infallible.
Almost
Infallible.
infallible. Almost infallible.
Almost infallible.
The doctor's advice seemed almost infallible.
The doctor's advice seemed almost infallible.
Okay. How would you make a yes no question with that sentence?
So did the doctor's advice seem almost infallible?
Okay. And maybe you would want to put a little extra force on that word did. Maybe make that big because it's your question word, but also because you
Yeah.
have ID. Well, and if you have D, then that would make the vowel sound bigger anyway. But also it's an important word. It's a signal that you're making a question. So it's good to give it some emphasis. Did the doctor's advice seem almost infallible?
Okay. So did the doctor's advice seem almost infallible?
Make the I bigger. Did.
Di-
Mm-hmm.
did,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Did the doctor's advice seem almost infallible?
Okay, that's good. And how would you answer no to that question?
So no, the doctor's advice didn't seem almost infallible.
Okay, That's good. So, what does the word sober mean?
So sober means serious.
Okay. What does infallible mean?
Infallible means perfect.